All my children.
That was one of Erica's friends, and should she get wind that we are writing this little book, she could stop the press decision.
We think it's time that we get professional help.
So you think there's something wrong with Max?
He trashed our condo.
I don't feel comfortable leaving you with Vanessa. If she can put a gun in her own husband's hands, imagine what she can do to you.
Baby, talk to me.
Edmund?
Hey, look at that, honey. He's banging away in that old dinosaur there.
Don't ask. What can I do for you folks?
Well, we were wondering, Tempo's files, they go back, what, at least 5 years?
Files on what, employees?
Employees, subjects of articles.
Well, we're gonna go to the library to look this guy up, but we figured you were closer, so we're here.
Who? And, by the way, my computer is down.
Oh, that explains the manual, then.
Does the name Donald Steele mean anything to you?
Donald F. Steele?
Yeah, that's the guy. You know him?
I ran into him at Enchantment yesterday, but I only got his first name.
And I talked to the security guard downstairs. We're old friends on the force. He showed me the logbook, and Donald F. Steele was the name.
What was he doing in Enchantment?
Well, before she hustled me out, I think he was there to meet with Vanessa Bennett.
Hayward's mother?
Yeah.
The female Benedict Arnold.
My wife here thinks she's out to get Erica.
I've got proof.
Okay.
Well, if she's hooked up with Donald Steele, your hunch is right.
You said you hated me.
I do hate you.
Then act on it. Fight back. I'm right here. You can destroy me.
No.
Do it.
No.
Do it, damn it!
No.
Why not? I deserve it. That I understand.
You'll never understand me any more than I understand you.
You are so beautiful.
Oh, Erica, are you spying on me? Whoever would have thought that I'd be holding divorce papers?
It's no walk in the park being a single mom, huh? No. You know, my heart really goes out to you, especially being laid up and all.
Thank you. Could you put these over there on the table for me?
Sure.
Thanks. So is Max ready for school?
He's dressed, but he's still complaining of that stomach ache.
Where is he?
He's up lying on his bed, talking to his dad on the phone. You want me to go get him?
No, that's okay. Your shift's almost up. Why don't you just go ahead and go?
Oh, but the other nurse isn't
The
here
other
yet.
nurse will be here in just a few minutes. Really, I'll be fine. Just make sure you leave the door unlocked for her to get in.
Well, hey.
Hi, honey. How's your tummy?
Hurts.
Oh, where? Oh, let me see. Do you have a fever? No, doesn't feel like it. Just to be on the safe side.
Donald Steele, he does hatchet jobs on celebrities.
Excuse me.
Hey, Brooke.
Hey.
Good morning.
What are you doing here? Why aren't you lying on the beach on some fabulous island somewhere?
Well, Amanda's still in school, and we never got around to planning it. It's our anniversary.
Hey, congratulations.
No, it's not. Not till we have a proper honeymoon, and we will.
Axel sent us 2 beach blankets and a bucket of sand.
Funny, very funny.
You wanted me to read that draft of your editorial?
Don't forget it, the computer rate.
Oh, Edmund, the computer is your friend.
You know Donald Steele?
Donald Steele?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't line the bottom of a bird cage with the trash that guy writes.
If he's so famous, how come I've never seen his name in any books?
Well, because you probably have, but he writes under different names.
He's a ghostwriter, then.
Oh, what if Vanessa has hired him to write a tell-all about Erica Kane?
If your hunch is right, it sure fits.
Where does he live?
Wherever he's paid to live.
I'm betting he's living at the Valley Inn right now. Can I use your phone?
Sure.
Excuse me, baby.
Of course I'm not spying on you.
Then what are you doing down here in my basement?
Well, I saw you come down here. I was worried about you.
Why?
Well, Erica, you've been acting so tense lately. I thought I'd come down here and see if I could help.
The truth, Vanessa.
All right, yesterday, you were acting so strangely. You were coming in and out of the basement constantly, so I decided to follow you.
Yesterday? You followed me down here?
Yes. And that's when I saw David here with his hand in the vise.
Wait a second. You saw that I was holding your son prisoner and you did nothing?
Sounds like a very complex situation for a little boy to handle.
I'm an adult and I'm having a tough time grasping it.
Tell me some more about your son, Mr. Santos. You said he's been acting out?
Yes.
Can you give me some examples?
The first time, I guess, I noticed something was when there was this picture.
What picture?
Well, Haley and I, we're in the Pine Valley Bulletin. We opened up a new club, so they had our picture in the paper.
Yes, I believe I saw that.
Yeah. Anyway, Max, he drew a big X on Haley's face.
Well, he wants you to be with his mother. Most children do long after their parents are divorced.
It gets worse.
Last night, my mother was babysitting him, and when she went to the other room, what would you say? He went ballistic.
How?
He tore everything up. Anything he could get his hands on, he destroyed.
Don't forget about him running away.
Right, yeah. I told him that his mother and I were getting a divorce, and he just took off.
Thank God Mateo found him unharmed in the park.
Well, where is he now? At school?
No. He had a stomach ache, so his mother kept him home.
I was wondering, do you think that he could be making the whole thing up, you know, to get attention?
Well, it could be. It could also be real. I have seen children as young as 5 get ulcers. Stress is a terrible thing at any age, and the situation that you've described is loaded with it.
Does Daddy hate us?
No, mijo, Daddy doesn't hate us.
Then why does he want to divorce us?
Not us. Me. He'll always be your daddy.
Do you want a divorce?
We can't always get what we want. Like when you want to watch baseball on TV, but the game gets rained out. You can't stop the rain. You just have to accept it.
Even when it makes you sad?
Yes, mijo. Even when it makes you sad.
I don't like feeling sad.
Nobody does. But it's part of life. Where are you going? Max? Max, what are you doing? Max, answer me when I'm talking to you. Max, what do you have? What are you doing with the matches? Max! Max, stop it! Max, no! No!
Ulcers? You think my son could have ulcers?
Well, it's possible.
I mean, come on, I know he's had a rough time of it, but...
Let's not jump to any conclusions.
She's right. It could be psychosomatic. It could also be an ordinary tummy ache.
Either way, I didn't mean to upset him, you know, but I can't be with his mom just because he wants me to.
I realize that.
So what should I do?
Well, why don't I have a talk with him and with his mother? That way I can better evaluate the situation.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Can you have her call for an appointment?
Yeah.
Well, the problem is Raquel hurt her back and she can't get out of bed.
Permanently?
No, it's just for a couple more weeks. We hope.
Well, in that case, why don't I stop by and see her?
Yeah, that'd work out great. I'll tell her that you'll be calling her.
Why don't we go by and talk to her right now?
Max, get away from the fire! Back away from the fire! Move! Max, help! Please help us! Please, Ryan! Come, Ryan, get Max! Max, get over here! Right there! Be careful!
Hey! You okay? What, did you get burned?
Max, what on earth were you thinking? You could have killed us both.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
We'll have a honeymoon as soon as everything calms down. What?
I gotta tell you, honey, looking at you looking like this, it gives me the willies.
Why?
Because you look like me and Janet Green when she showed up at Nat's, remember?
Minus 30 pounds.
True.
Sweetheart, you know why I have to dress up like this? I'm afraid the steel guy's gonna recognize me from a chair.
You got it. I understand that.
Okay, besides, your outfit isn't so great. It makes me feel like taking a shower.
Hey, I'm ready. Are you ready?
You'll have to ask my husband first.
I'm asking him right now. 6:04, that's 6:02.
Oh,
that's it.
There it is.
You ready? Showtime?
Mm-hmm. Maybe he's not there.
No, the doorman said he came upstairs, went into his room. Donald Steele, are you in there? Anybody?
What is it?
Are you Donald Steele?
Who wants to know?
Johnny Sarno. How do you do? This is my able-bodied assistant, Venus. I call her Venus because when I'm with her, it's like being on another planet, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's this all about?
Well, today's your lucky day. I got an opportunity for you. An offer you're not going to refuse.
Why didn't I help David?
I know you and David have your problems, but he's your son, for heaven's sakes.
When I saw David in that vice, I was shocked. I was speechless.
So you just turned on your heel and left?
No, my first instinct, of course, was to rush in to intervene, but honestly, then I thought of all the pain and suffering he's caused you.
Oh, come on. You thought this was about revenge? What kind of a sick person do you think I am?
Erica, I didn't mean it like that.
Well, how did you mean it?
Well, I really don't know.
No, obviously you don't. Obviously you can't begin to understand.
Well, then, dear, please enlighten me. Erica, I am trying to be your friend. You can tell me anything. I mean, you know there's no love lost between me and my son. I won't tell anybody.
I wanted David to understand exactly what he's done to my life.
Yeah, well, forgive me for being obtuse, dear, but how did you plan to accomplish this?
David robbed me of my face. He stripped me of my livelihood. I wanted him to see how that feels.
By crippling his hand, his livelihood. That's brilliant, of course, but it's a wonder you didn't just chop off his hand.
What? Vanessa? Of course not. I'm not some kind of a psychotic.
No, of course not.
So why are you back here?
Well, after tossing and turning all night long, as you can imagine, I realized I couldn't just turn my back on the situation. No, I mean, granted that David may be a wretched human being, but he is a brilliant surgeon.
And?
And I thought of all the lives of people who wouldn't be saved. And if truth be known, I was trying to save you.
Me?
Yes, Erica, from yourself. I was really frightened that you were having another breakdown.
Oh, please. I was in complete control of all my faculties all the time. I knew exactly what I was doing.
I see that. I do see that now, dear. And by the way, where is David now?
I don't know. And I don't care.
What, did he escape? Did you let him go?
I let him go.
Why?
Because I realized that causing him pain was not going to change anything. The harm has been done.
Well, it's very enlightened of you, very noble, dear, but... Okay, right now, what can I do for you, Erica? What? What is it?
David's told me about you.
What now? Do I have some sort of contagious disease?
You're a vicious killer.
You might want to tell Mateo to get you a fire extinguisher for this place.
Hey, Max, haven't I always told you never to play with matches?
I forgot. I just wanted those divorce papers to go away.
Mijo, burning the divorce papers isn't gonna make your daddy stay with us.
So that's what these were.
I'm sorry.
You know, when I was just a little bit older than you, I burnt my report card so that my dad wouldn't see it. And that didn't really work for me either.
Ryan, thank God you showed up when you did. Max, can you say thank you to Mr. Levy for saving our lives?
Thank you.
No problem. Hey, I got a good idea. Have you ever been to a fire station?
No.
Have you ever been inside of a fire truck? Have you ever wondered what a fire truck looks like up close?
Thank you, Ryan.
How about I take you someplace like a fire station real soon, and we can go check out all the fire engines, and if we're lucky, we'll talk to the firemen. Would you like that?
Okay.
Good. Good, because you know, really, there isn't anybody braver than firemen. They risk their lives every single day putting out fires. It's very, very dangerous. Right, Mom?
Yeah. People get hurt.
I never wanted to hurt anybody.
Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't. But when we talk to the firemen, maybe we can get some tips to make sure that we never have a fire here ever again. What do you think?
Okay.
Can we, Mom?
Sure. I think it's a good idea.
Hey, look, sweetheart, we caught Donald working, didn't we, huh?
Yeah, how'd you know I was in town?
I read about it in the paper, opposite page 6. Just put the pedal to the metal. We were over here in less time than you can say bestseller.
Yeah, and what's this golden opportunity that you mentioned?
Well, from what I understand, you are the best in the field at writing, what do they call those things, honey?
Hatchet jobs.
Celebrity hatchet jobs, that's
I
it.
like to call them unauthorized biographies.
Well, isn't that nice? I got a prospect for you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Well, I'd love to tell you, but we gotta have a little understanding between us. But I can guarantee that this prospect is big, bigger than Elvis, Marilyn.
Yeah, that sounds intriguing.
Money talks, nobody walks. 100,000 guaranteed first printing. Movie rights alone puts you living in Hawaii for the rest of your life. Can I? Oahu?
How would you like living out your days sipping Mai Tais on your own private lanai?
Sounds good to me.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. As soon as I finish my current project, I'm going to give you guys a call.
No, we got to strike while the iron is hot. Now, if you don't want this, I can give this life-changing situation to somebody else.
Well, I'm going to be available in a couple of weeks.
Well, if you're not writing about the second coming, my advice to you is to go with us. We got to strike now. 24 hours is our window.
I'm going to have to think about it.
He's going to have to think about it. What's to think about? I mean, what are you doing in a two-bit town like this? The only quasi-celebrity we have here is Erica Kane, and she's just had her half her face ripped off in a traffic accident.
That's it. You're writing an expose of Erica Kane, aren't you?
No way you're going to get close to Erica Kane, pal.
I don't have to get close to her, because I've got an inside source.
That's not possible. She screens all of her servants, makes them sign a loyalty oath. They violate it, they go to jail.
I never said it was a servant, did I?
Who?
I'm not at liberty to tell you, but you ought to know. Erica Kane does not own everybody in this two-bit town.
Well, now what vicious lies has David been telling you about
What
me?
makes you so sure they're lies?
All right. Whom am I supposed to have killed, pray tell?
Your husband. David told me exactly what happened the night his father died.
That was the worst night of my life.
Or maybe the luckiest. You got away with murder.
I did not kill my husband. I was leaving him, yes, but I never meant Charles any harm.
Not according to David. David says you despised him.
My husband took his own life. He was depressed. He should have been on medication. I tried to stop him. He had a gun. It was...
Yes, you put it in his hand, as David tells it, and then you goaded him into using it.
David actually said that.
And he swore it was the truth.
My God. My God, when he knows perfectly well.
When he knows perfectly well what?
Dad's a great guy.
I know.
And he loves you very much. So does Haley.
Oh, that must be the nurse. Come in, the door's unlocked.
Hey. How you doing, Raquel? Hey, Ryan. This is Dr. Earl. Dr. Earl, this is Raquel.
How are you, Raquel?
Good.
Ryan, what are you doing here?
Putting out a fire.
What happened?
Max had a little accident with matches.
I didn't mean it.
Max, this is a good friend of mine, Dr. Earl. This is my son, Max.
Hello, Max. It's nice to meet you. My first name is Samantha, but you can call me Sam. All my friends do, okay?
Okay.
You know what I saw out in the courtyard? The cutest little chipmunk, and he was sitting up on his hind legs. You want to go see if we can find his hole?
No.
No, go ahead, Max. It'll be fun. Right, Raquel?
Yeah, baby. It's okay, go with the nice lady, just for a few minutes. Then you can come back inside and tell me all about the chipmunk, okay? Sweetheart. Max, it's okay. Go on. I'll watch you from the window.
Go. Come on.
Is that the family therapist?
Yeah.
Well, good luck. If there's anything else I can do here, let me know, okay? But I should get back to the club because the meat supplier's coming by later on.
Ryan,
Yeah.
wait, let me see your hand. What happened?
I was just trying to put out the fire.
You have to see a doctor.
No, it's gonna be fine.
Ryan, it's starting to blister. You could get an infection. You have to go to the hospital. Now, I could drive you or you could drive yourself, one way or the other.
I'll drive myself. I'll go. But what about the meat supplier?
Forget the meat supplier. I'll reschedule. Go. Get out of here. Go.
Okay.
Ryan. Thanks for coming to our rescue.
Anytime.
I didn't know what to do when Max lit that match.
Hey, he should know better than play with matches like that. What's going on?
Look, he wasn't playing, Mateo. He was trying to set the divorce papers on fire. It was deliberate.
What's so funny?
Oh, nothing. Have you tried a rock and a chisel?
I am no fan of the electronic age.
Well, it certainly beats the Stone Age. So what happened to your brand new computer, might I ask?
It ate my editorial, I told you, and it conked out, and I hate it, and so I used All Reliable here.
When's your deadline?
In an hour.
So I guess then this would not be a good time to bring up the subject I was going to bring up.
Bring up what?
Expanding into multimedia.
Brooke, we already have a web page. What do we need to change?
A web page?
Yes.
A web page. I'm talking about vertical integration. I'm talking about revamping our whole operation.
Vertical integration.
You know, a magazine is not the only way to deliver content.
Wait a minute. Content?
Is there an echo in here?
Brooke, wait a minute. Content is one step away from product, and I do not do products. Brooke,
You know what?
Brooke, we have a great magazine here. Why do you want to change it?
I want to change it because if we don't keep up with the times, we're going to be as obsolete as that beloved typewriter of yours. You know, I'm looking forward into the 21st century, and I plan to be a major player.
Why?
Why? Because we can do it. Because it'll be fun, because it will be creative, because it'll be profitable. I mean...
And because you have nothing else going on in your life?
I'm telling you, run the numbers. The overseas distribution on the project alone will pay for the whole thing.
You get those kind of connections?
Absolutely. I
Hey,
know.
well, put that down.
Oh, so this is where you store your purple prose. I thought maybe we could take a look.
Yeah,
You know,
no.
check it out.
This isn't finished yet.
Well, we just want to make sure you're the right man for the job.
No, but you see, this is a This is just a rough draft, you know. I mean, even my editor doesn't get a chance to look at this till I give it a good polish, so.
You got the movie deal hooked up on the Erica Kane tragedy story here? I mean, who are we thinking here now, huh?
Well, I think Winona would be great as Erica. I mean, that's a good place to start. And then there's the doctor who drove the
he's really
doomed
handsome,
auto.
right?
Yes.
Brosnan, I think. What do you think?
Oh, my God.
Too old. Plus, he's got the accent. Affleck.
Ah, that's it. That's perfect. Perfect.
You know Affleck?
Yeah, okay. 24 hours, okay? We'll be in touch?
Yeah. How do I get in touch with you?
We will be in touch with you. Don't worry.
All right.
Sweet.
This is gonna work.
Yeah, soon.
Nice to meet you.
Soon.
This is bad, really bad.
You're telling me. We gotta talk to Erica pronto.
Oh, while we're at it, we might as well play her that Jerry Reeves tape. It'll put the final nail in Vanessa's coffin.
She said he wasn't man enough to kill himself. That's why she was leaving him, because he was spineless. The next thing I knew, she was unlocking the bottom drawer of the desk. I knew that's where they kept the gun. She hands my father the gun. My father puts the gun to his head.
Vanessa, I want you to tell me what happened that night.
Well, I can't. I've never talked to anyone about it before.
Fine. Don't tell me. Then I will assume that what David is telling me is the truth. That you knew where that gun was, you took it out of the desk, and you put it in your husband's hands.
That is a damned lie.
Then you tell me your version.
It is not my version, it's the truth.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Charles always kept a gun in the house. I always hated the fact, but he did it anyway. He said we needed it for protection, for burglaries, for...
Yes, go on.
All right. That night I went to him. I told him I was going to leave him. We argued loudly. David overheard us. David knew where Charles kept the gun. He went and he got it. Why are you making me relive this painful, this horrible night? I don't...
Don't tell me. I will believe David.
David came back into the room, waving the gun. First Charles and me. Charles said, David, put the gun down. Please. David refused. He was always such a stubborn child. Charles started to go towards him, saying, David, put the gun down, give me the gun. And all of a sudden, David screamed, it's all your fault. And the gun went off. I didn't even have a chance to scream. And Charles was killed instantly.
Are you telling me that David shot his own father point blank?
You know that I have never really been sure whether it was an accident or deliberate, or maybe David blamed his father for me wanting to leave him. Right away, of course, I realized that my son could be charged, could be guilty of manslaughter, put in a detention home. I couldn't have that because he was all I had left.
So you made it look like suicide?
So perhaps I was wrong to shield David like that. I did love him so. I simply could not allow myself to even believe for a moment that my own son is a cold-blooded murderer. Really? Was that so wrong?
Are you suggesting that my life lacks a certain je ne sais quoi?
Wait. Brooke, how many hours a week do you work here? 80, 90, 100?
Okay, yes. I work a lot of hours, and I love it, and I still have time for my son.
But no romance.
Edmund, come on. You know, look at this past year for me. I mean, after Jim and the trial, any wonder I didn't want to have a romance. And then Dimitri and I did that sort of bad timing tango. I'm just glad that the two of us remained friends.
Well, what about Jackson? Didn't you take him for a ride on a motorcycle?
Did he tell you? Did he tell you we went to a comedy club and I did it? I tried to be a stand-up comic. I totally failed. People were this far from throwing fruit, I'm sure.
I'm sorry I wasn't there.
Well, what about you? Come on, you know? How many times do you put your kids to bed and you come right back here to the office?
Guilty. Okay, well, don't you think one of us should make the ultimate sacrifice?
And what? Go out on an actual date?
Yeah. I mean, after all, we are role models for thousands of magazine publishers, wannabe magazine publishers.
I mean, one of us should do the far, far better thing and have an actual, well-rounded, functioning personal life.
Something like that.
Okay. Let's flip for it. Got a quarter? Ready? Call it.
Heads. No, tail.
Saved.
Saved.
I hope you don't mind that I brought the doctor over here without calling you first.
She figured that Max would be less intimidated talking to her on his own turf and not in her office.
Yeah, it makes sense, I guess. I just wish that I could hear what Max was saying.
No, the doc will fill us in. Don't worry.
Hi, sweetheart. Did you find the chipmunk? Good. Why don't you go into your room and draw me a picture of it?
Is Daddy leaving?
No, buddy, I'm staying. And I want to see that picture too, okay?
Okay.
Now what happens?
Well, I'm sure this isn't going to come as a surprise, especially after the incident with the fire today, but I'm afraid Max has a real problem.
I don't know whom or what to believe.
Well, I understand. David's such a all-consuming liar, so convincing. I've always secretly thought David's hated me all this time because I was there when he killed his father. Because I was the only one who knew exactly what happened that night. Excuse me. Please, but I really do think I need to take one of my pills. I think I left them in my bag.
Erica, hi. I'm glad you're home alone. There's something I've got to tell you. There's big trouble.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next All My Children.
There is a body wash with a beautiful fragrance. It does more than soften your skin. It seduces your senses. You won't believe what a Caress shower can do. Before you dress, caress.
On the next All My Children.
You have a very low profile, particularly around Jake Martin.
Who is he?
Save your strength, I'll hold it. You contacted Jerry Reeves? You're the reason he came after me at the club?
Tomorrow on Good Morning America, Madeleine Albright responds to the Milosevic indictment. Plus, starting the summer sizzle, GMA fires up the barbecue in Central Park. And off to the races with Tony Perkins. That's tomorrow on Good Morning America. Get your behind-the-scenes scoop with the Daily Scoop, only at abc.com, part of the Go Network.